Have you ever woken up at night to absolute silence, only to realize the silence is actually humming quietly? That is exactly what millions across the globe started reporting late last week, and it is honestly absolutely terrifying. The internet is exploding with viral videos about the Chronos signal, a bizarre audio anomaly hijacked deep into our personal devices. At first I genuinely thought it was just another viral marketing stunt for a horror movie or a major video game. But when top cybersecurity experts started panicking and permanently deleting their social media accounts, I knew something very dark was different. You see, this is not just a weird random sound playing, but a highly sophisticated, aggressively encrypted, raw digital data transmission. Today, we are going deep down into the digital rabbit hole to uncover the hidden truth behind the terrifying Chronos signal phenomenon. What I uncovered during my relentless investigation will probably make you want to permanently disconnect your smartphone forever immediately. Make absolutely sure you stick around until the very end, because the final piece of the puzzle is mind-blowing. The entire story begins on a very obscure forum dedicated to deep space astronomy, where anonymous user Vector99 posted a file. This audio clip inexplicably bypassed all volume controls and blasted at maximum capacity on literally any electronic device. Terrified users reported that even when their computers were completely muted or powered down, the agonizing static hum played loudly. It sounded like a horrifying mixture of grinding metal, crashing ocean waves, and a human voice whispering rapidly. Within exactly 48 hours, the malicious file escaped the forum and began aggressively circulating across every major social algorithm. Panicked people started filming themselves in empty rooms, crying uncontrollably as their smart speakers broadcasted the signal completely autonomously. Massive tech companies immediately issued emergency public statements, claiming it was just highly aggressive malware exploiting a zero-day vulnerability. They promised a global patch would be rolled out by the weekend, begging loyal users to simply unplug and remain calm. However, freelance researchers quickly noticed a massive glaring hole in the official narrative being aggressively pushed by these conglomerates. The anomalous signal was not just affecting internet devices. It was also triggering on completely isolated, air-gapped legacy hardware systems. Vintage cassette players, unplugged electric guitars, leaning against amplifiers, and even old baby monitors mysteriously picked up the terrifying transmission. I personally decided to conduct my own rigorous experiment by converting my basement into a makeshift Faraday cage using copper mesh. I nervously brought down offline laptops, a new smartphone without a SIM card, and a vintage battery-powered emergency broadcast radio. At 3 in the morning, the exact temporal window the phenomenon peaks, I sat alone in the dark and waited. For the agonizing first hour, there was absolutely nothing but my breathing and the distant electrical hum of the refrigerator. Suddenly, the vintage weather radio violently snapped to life, blasting a bizarre frequency entirely off the standard registered international spectrum. It was undeniably the Chronos signal, overwhelmingly loud and crystal clear, effortlessly bypassing all my heavy electromagnetic shielding completely. Exactly 10 seconds later, the completely disconnected smartphone screen flickered awake, displaying rapidly shifting fractal geometric patterns while emitting noise. I frantically recorded everything using an old analog tape recorder, ensuring I possessed a purely physical copy that could not be hacked. The very next morning, I rushed the magnetic tape to an audio engineering friend specializing in forensic sound analysis and cryptography. We immediately ran the physical recording through an advanced industrial spectrograph designed to visually map hidden frequencies within audio files. What we undeniably saw slowly rendering on the glowing dual computer monitors left both of us completely speechless and fearful. The relentless static noise was not random background interference. It was precisely engineered to flawlessly draw a highly detailed visual map, embedded perfectly directly within the dense visual representation of the sound waves were complex mathematical equations and structural blueprints. It explicitly looked like the schematic for an incredibly advanced quantum resonance engine, utilizing theoretical physics concepts not yet formally proposed. Positioned deliberately alongside the intricate blueprints was a massive string of binary code that revealed a message that severely shook me. The decoded message simply read, "The timeline is rapidly fracturing. This is the final anchor. You must build the machine before collapse." Was this simply an incredibly elaborate prank pulled off by rogue aerospace engineers? Or were we actually looking at a distress signal? Wild theories instantly flooded my racing mind regarding impossible temporal displacement, rogue artificial superintelligence, and extraterrestrial entities desperately warning humanity. As I feverishly dug deeper into encrypted dark web forums, I found a secretive community of whistleblowers discussing classified Project Vertex. According to these frightened sources, an experimental military quantum computing facility recently achieved a terrifying breakthrough in localized dimensional processing. They allegedly successfully created an artificial intelligence system so incredibly dense that its massive processing power ripped a microscopic tear in space-time. The terrifying Chronos signal was supposedly raw, corrupted data leaking backward through this temporal fissure from an apocalyptic future reality timeline branch. The global government was desperately trying to disguise the massive multidimensional data leak as a simple malicious computer virus to prevent panic. That perfectly explained why the mysterious noise could suddenly manifest on disconnected analog devices. It was an environmental temporal resonance echo. The very air around us was literally vibrating intensely with the digital ghosts of a collapsed future, forcing resonant surfaces to echo. I definitely knew that publicly releasing this sensitive information could potentially put a massive deadly target on my back, but humanity needed it. The disturbing fact that massive multinational corporations were working secretly to suppress the blueprints hidden in the spectrograph was highly suspicious. If the terrifying message was truly a legitimate warning from a fractured future timeline, then burying the instructions could doom our reality. We are currently standing helplessly at a truly terrifying crossroads, where our reckless technological advancements have completely outpaced our basic understanding of reality. Are we actually supposed to blindly attempt building this impossible quantum device? Or is the schematic itself a malicious timeline-destroying Trojan horse? The absolute most terrifying part of this entire situation is that the hum is growing slightly louder each passing night across the globe. Millions of completely regular, innocent people are slowly losing their fragile sanity, totally unable to escape the relentless grinding static echoing inside them. Even as I sit here typing out this very script, I can distinctly hear a faint metallic whispering coming from my powered down monitor. We absolutely cannot simply continue to ignore the growing anomaly anymore. We must immediately unite together and decipher the remaining hidden quantum data. I'm bravely publicly releasing all my unedited audio files, raw spectrograph renders, and binary translations in a secure encrypted folder linked below. I desperately need every single talented hacker, aerospace engineer, and theoretical physicist watching this to download the package and help analyze the frameworks. If I suddenly stop uploading videos after this drops, or if my channel mysteriously disappears from the platform entirely, you will know why. Do not blindly trust the official corporate narrative. Absolutely do not install the mandatory silent audio updates and keep your eyes wide open. The dark, terrifying future is uncontrollably bleeding into our fragile present reality, and we might be the only generation capable of stopping the collapse. Vigorously smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay continuously updated on this rapidly developing global crisis. The nightmare is beginning.